Starting off the match number 2, the second face-off of Sunday's session, Sunday's day, and it's the match between the Masters and the Warriors. Toss won by the captain of the Masters and opting to field first, as is the scenario with most of the captains. Nicely pitched up there. First one was a wide, next and second one was fully pitched up. There's the slip is in place, and man at the backward point. Man in the short covers, pretty good offside field. Is one in the deep covers as well. It's in the air and that's dropped. Oh, that came very quickly. That should have been a big wicket. It is the skipper himself. Well, he didn't have to move any inch. It's just that it came racing towards him. Needed reflexes, needed good hands. Popped out. Chance gone down on the very first over. And it is Govind Lotlikar, one of the most explosive, the skipper of the opponent side. That's once again in the air, but that was nicely flashed. Cracked off the back foot. Wonderful square cut here, and it was in the air for a while, but it timed it and placed it well. That's the first boundary, and that's why it's almost feeling the pain of the bowler. He creates a chance, and the fielder's not backing the bowlers. This is what happens. This is adding insult to injury of the bowlers. Masters have defended a pretty low total, 143 runs against a good side like Tigers. Warriors, this is the fourth game. They have lost 2, won 1. Masters have played 4, won 2, lost 2. This is once again over the backward point region. Lot of room given, lot of width given, and he is flashing hard. Nothing wrong with that ploy. Govind Lotlikar is much better hitting the ball in the air and also going into the aggressive mode. He gets lots of runs in the power play over. Sometimes he goes into the defensive shield thinking about getting a start without losing wickets. And that is not his natural game. He should try to be his actual original that he plays. His mindset is aggressive. He loves to hit the ball, see the ball, hit the ball with any length that is earned by the bowler. He penalizes them. That's more like it. He's looking to play more shots. That's much better here from Govind Lotlikar. Uh, and it's the end of first over. We saw a couple of boundaries being hit. It's 9 without loss. Warriors. Surprising, Angat Pengidkar, he injured himself while bowling the last time around. Used to bowl. Just that he backed off from bowling, just tried to concentrate on his batting. He, he's a masculine man and tall as well. A lot of power when he bats. And he was focusing on the batting as a finisher, as a power hitter when it requires the acceleration. They rely heavily on him at number 6 or number 7. Well bowled. That's much better. Just around the good length area. Don't try to give him width there. He's trying to flash. He's very strong over the square side. And it's good to see there is a protection. Well placed fielding as far as for Angad is concerned from the captain. Man in the deep square, man in more towards the covers position. Angad doesn't have that much of pace to trouble the batters, so you got to rely on the line and length. Yeah, that's fantastic shot. Lifting over the top, just more towards his arc and going for that extravagant cover drive. Gets the boundary. Slightly fuller. So getting a single there and giving strike to Swapnil Nashnolkar. The different opening pair here for the Warriors. They are not consistent as far as their opening pairs are concerned. Swapnil had come down, go down the order, somewhere around the position in one of the games. A shot there over the top. That's good intent shown by Swapnil Nashnolkar. Anything in the arc is going to go out of the park. And it's a boundary straight over the top. It's a very safe shot. The same way he batted in one of the games where he went after the bowling and looked pretty good, but he then was caught in the mid off region trying to go one more. Got to be careful of that. Now maybe little changes in the field. Certainly unsure as Angad being introduced in the very new ball. They have got Vikrant Prabhu could have bowled with the new ball. Not the best ball. Not the best ball here down the leg side. Well kept by a specialist keeper there. You can, if you are not seeing the ball, the moment you can see immediately going towards the left hand side as the ball was drifting down. Got to move sideways. Is a sign of a good keeper. Mahendra Kuchelkar has represented Goa in the Ranji trophies in the past. And playing for the Masters, they needed a keeper there. So 2 overs, pretty good over so far. 20 without loss after 2. So Vikrant Prabhu, 1 over for Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar, 1 over for Angat Panginkar, and now Vikrant Prabhu. Three have been introduced straight away. Three different bowlers. We saw a similar sort of situation when five different bowlers were utilized by the Knights team in the first 6 overs of the power play. That that was inside edge, just went over the stumps. You got good pace batteries. Rangat didn't bowl the last season where they were the crowned champions. I think they must be having some sort of talks here with Angad. They believe that Angad might be coming handy. Their bowling options are not available many a times. So instead of spin, they are relying on the medium paces. Lovely delivery. Very watchfully played. Getting a single. Hitting the deck hard. Vikrant Prabhu. He is a length bowler. And he gets the ball. He's not getting the swing movement, but the seam movement certainly can be seen many a times. The ball coming back in, and sometimes it straightens after pitching. Very good wrist movement, and with the action that he has, he hits the deck hard. Yeah, that's well bowled. Just nipping away from the right hander. That is the length I was mentioning. Anything touch fuller, the batters are going to free their arms. Anything shorter is going to be pulled away, and that's why that length is very important. He gets them a wicket on most of the occasions, if not in the first. Certainly does it in the second, has done it this season. So far, he has not performed that way with the bat. Otherwise, he's a fantastic all rounder. Siddharth Ghanekar has certainly been performing excellently with the ball, with the bat, has been getting the runs as well as getting wickets. Wonderful, strong innings played by him for the team, but it was on a losing cause. He lost his partner. He's been very consistent in run getting, and given that slightly promoted position to number 6, he's been contributing very well. And Vikrant Prabhu is someone who used to come at number 3. They have just demoted. I saw a couple of times coming at number 5. Can't call it demotion, but certainly, but they might feel is better off in that position. They have a lot of confidence on Vikrant Prabhu as a batter and as a bowler. A decent over here from Vikrant, right on the mark, just like he normally is. 3 overs gone, 23 without loss. Very well run there. Wanted to actually play it in the mid-wicket region. The pull shot, the ball came a little quicker to him. He was on the back foot while thinking about a single, but he still completes it easily in the end. Slight movement in the field. You see deep covers being brought inside and deep extra cover brought inside and covers being placed. Fielding is slightly different for both the batters. Over the top. There is exactly the man in that position. Oh, he didn't track it. And yeah, we will not have reached to that. I think it's Rasik Faikoth fielding in the deep covers position. Swapnil is not afraid to play his shots. And that's how he got to play in the power play overs. There might be field risk that has been taken by the batters, but you always look for more runs in the power play with the fielding restrictions on. Nothing wrong with the approach of the batter. Important match here for both the teams. Well, if you talk about the losses, if any team loses here, it will be the third loss for them. Three played by Warriors, won two, won one, lost two. Whereas if you talk about Masters, they have won two, lost two. They played four. So if anyone loses here, it's going to be the third loss, and then it will be difficult for them to win two or three on a trot. So got to go for the victory here. Very important for both the sides to stay alive in the contention of the qualifiers. Well kept. Slight moment. Wanted to play it late. One of the most experienced keepers behind Mahendra Pai Kuchelkar. You see many of the makeshift keepers being seen in some of the teams. Jude was quite good today against the spin as well as medium paces standing right in front. This is up in the air, just over the top, just over the top. And we'll be looking for a couple of runs, just enough to get it over. It was not the full length, it was slightly back of length. And just wanted to stand and deliver. Not very happy, the bowler, with the effort. Sometimes it looks easy going back. You got to judge it whether it is coming to you or going back behind. Certainly, I can't call it a chance, and especially when the sun rays are falling in the eyes, it's very, very difficult to track the trajectory of the ball when it's in the air. So straight to the short mid wicket position. End of 4 overs is 28 without loss. Lovely shot, but straight to the man at the backward point. Is timing the ball well today. Not afraid to play his shots, and that is exactly where he looks good. These are not full pitch deliveries. This is not drivable length. This is back of length, good length area, but she's still standing tall and punching it very well. It's wrapped on the pads, going down the leg side. No appeal. Vikrant Prabhu so far has kept them quiet. You can see they are reaching to get for the boundaries, but he has not provided them the length to go over the top. There's a slight bit of movement, and he controls the wrist very well. Once again, off the back foot, just punching it. That easy length has not been provided. It's been consistent. This is not done. This was a simple take when the bowler is giving an effort here and bowling up pretty good. Just need to stop this. Backup was there, but just not focused to stop the ball. Need to be very sharp and need to be very agile as well. Understand that you are backing up. The ball might come to me. Very much alert. Was yesterday with the legendary and the legend of Jaunty Rhodes at Fatoda, and I had a pleasure of having discussions about how to go about the fielding and what was the technique. You talk about the various aspect of technique, but important was you got to believe that every ball, until it is a dead ball, you got to believe that it's going to come to me. That's top shot, absolutely top shot. Playing on the rise and just the best of Govin Lotlikar. This is certainly one of the best innings and fluent innings that he has played. Coming back to that point of fielding, well, you got to gauge that and you got to play with a mindset that every ball that has been batted is going to come to me until it is a dead ball. That's how you will be alert in the field. That's why focus is very important. Temperament, concentration, and the fitness is also very very important if you got to be alive in the and kicking in the field. Then the batters don't take a risk against some of the quick fielders, and that creates a lot of chance. Wonderful to have spent some time with the legend there. Nicely played. They're getting the single. Batting well. This length has not been provided, but still he is backing himself to play the shots on the rise, and he has done on a couple of occasions as well. So, end of over number 5, 36 without loss, Warriors. Well, clipped on the leg side. Spinner introduced Dr. Sunny Kamath in the power play overs. They rely on medium pacers. Fourth bowler used in the power play overs. We saw five used by the Knights, and maybe somewhere down the lane we might see six bowlers as well used in six different overs of power play. Anything is possible in the game of T20 with the different thought process of different captains. Swing away from the line. Man in the deep will cut him off. Looking for a couple of runs, not against the strong arms of Siddush Prabhu Alvekar. He is very quick. Cutting the angle is very important. Charging towards the ball rather than around the ball. Trapped in front, but subtly drifting down. Umpire not convinced with that appeal. Big appeal from Dr. Sunny Kamath. Umpire feels that it's going down. Let's have a look at the replay there. And see the two stumps, and umpire feels is certainly a indication that ball has to travel some distance, and that's why not out has been signaled. This time he gets a lot of wood, and he should run down 1 bounce, 2 bounce, and 4 runs. So very well played here from Sapnil Nashnolkar, going deep into the crease. In fact, it is Govind Lotlikar going deep into the crease and just putting the might over the top. Well played. This is one of the better innings here from Govind as he quickly moves on to 30 of 23, giving a strong platform. Sapnil Nasnolkar has not played enough deliveries. He's playing on 10 of 12, giving good company to his skipper. 3-1 firmly, but straight to the man. Plays 4, in fact 5 fielders on the offside. One at long off and mid wicket. That marks the end of the power play overs. Just a boundary coming off that over. 44 without loss after 6. .44 without loss in 6 overs. And the owner, Dr. Satish Kamath, are being introduced straight away after the end of power play overs. Not a single wicket has been taken by the Masters camp. It's flighted, and that is a chance straight in the hands, and it's been taken. Well, that was a full toss ball there. It was an absolute choco delivery to hit away anywhere. If just found a fielder, never hit it too hard. And that's a wicket here. Not of the best ball. He has our smiles there. Why not? Finally, the wicket matters whether you bowl a good ball or a full toss. What matters is the wicket. Wicket of the very first ball for Dr. Satish Kamath. 44 for 1. Sapnil will be totally dejected, having been caught here in the deep of a full toss ball. That's well bowled. In the defensive mode and a forward defensive, just a push on the offside, gets a single. Will take his time definitely, and is a very strong sweeper of against the spinner. Lots of runs in that backward square leg and mid wicket region. So buys his time, and a pretty orthodox player. Just doesn't whack the ball, hit hard, unless there is an opportunity in the air, not middling the ball, just a single. So the intention from Govind Lotlekar is to get get maybe a boundary and then a six and then finish off very high. You're searching for the boundary there to get towards 34. The dot ball. Masters do have their captain as an option. That's much better. So do have their captain Dr. Prasad Gore as a spinner. Let's cut away towards that man in the deep. So far, this has been a good over. We got a wicket of a full toss ball. Rasik Paikhoth can roll his arm over. Dr. Sunny Kamath already bowled, so only Dr. Prasad Gore is left to bowl as a wicket taking option for the Masters camp. Sudhir Kenkre can also roll his arm over. But they got more options in pace department, and yeah, options are there. But yeah, Mishra is there. Certainly, Mishra has been called here to bowl. They have always used him as a bowler. He has bowled a pretty good spell. The first one when Masters won, bowled in the right areas. That's much better. And I told you he's a strong sweeper of the ball. That's played very fine. Should be a comfortable too, especially against the spinners. He uses this weapon to sweep more effectively. Picks the right length. Gets plenty of runs. Well tossed up. Very nicely tossed up there. This is much better here. Flight is there, and this is a phase that yeah, Govind Lotlekar can go after you, but I don't see Kapil Langle. He will buy his time. He will just try to middle some balls, and then maybe a later part of the innings when he gets some 20, 25 runs, is going to go for the big one. Big appeal there. Good shout. Just to create doubts in the batter's mind, saying that I'm bowling well. Many a times the bowlers do that just to create a doubt, a dilemma. Kapil Langle certainly has played so many matches and so much of cricket. He understands what is going on here. Another flighted one, well bowled. The phase where you expect someone like Anand Mishra, if he's not getting the wickets, at least try this to stop the scoring chain. Just stop, maybe concede around 4 to 5 runs over, and if you put the brakes on the scoring chart, you see them taking the charge in the middle. The Warriors is 50 up here for the Warriors in over number 8. They've controlled the things very nicely so far. Govind Lotlekar is the biggest scare for them. Well, pushed on the offside square, gets a single. The Warriors side rely heavily on Govind Lotlekar to give them the start, and whenever he gives them the start, they get a decent total. If he falters early on in the innings, you see this side struggling entirely. because he lays a strong platform which becomes much easy for the batters coming in next. And whereas if he has not performed, then it's always a danger for this team being bundled out under 20 overs. That's happened a couple of times for the Warriors. And another good over here for the Masters. 8 gone, 52 for 1. Oh, that's been dropped. Not the best of the technique. What was he trying to do over there? Not a very positive mindset today of Angad Pangidkar. I see him quite down and lackluster in his approach. Normally, he's all pumped up. He's very much pumped up most of the time and does a very good job in fielding. That was very clumsy effort. I don't see him, and you can see something is definitely not correct as far as his body language is concerned, is what I feel. Well bowled and just getting a single down towards that finally click side. Govind Lotlikar, the man is playing on 33, 27 balls at a strike rate more than 100. I think he will be looking to go for a big one here. He gets one, but just going to be a single. Decent partnership here growing so far. At some point of time, you see Govind Lotlikar maybe very soon is going to go a big appeal, and that's out. That is out. He feels that he has got a bat on it. Kapil Angle is absolutely livid with the decision. He is not at all happy. That's a big, big shout here. He feels that he has got the bat on time, and umpire feels that nothing has hit straight onto the pads. There's you can see the replay as well. Certainly, it's not sure whether he has hit with the bat or bat hitting the ground. Umpire giving the decision in favor of the bowler. Dr. Satish Kamath strike twice in his spell so far, and this makes it interesting for the Masters. I was gauging that Angad Panginkar was out. The body language never seemed positive for me from Angad. He's out, and Rajendra Prabhudesai has replaced him. I had just gauged it when I just saw him from the commentary box. And now, what does Govind Lotlekar do? He doesn't have any option. He gets a boundary or a six and finish off. Kapil Angle's wicket. I think that is going to be a big blow here. Big blow for the run chase in the air. Just going to get a single, maybe a couple of runs, and he says the single is enough. And Govind Lotlekar is going to walk off with his head high. Once again, another skipper's knock here from Govind Lotlekar. Always giving them that strong platform, strong start. Played his shot. Wonderful he was in the covers region. Played inside out, over on the top, long off region. And even played it on the rise, not the full length deliveries. That was one of the very good innings played by Govind Lotlekar when he was looking to play his shots. Although he goes back at a strike rate of just above 100, but the intent and the clarity in the thoughts of Govind Lotlekar was much better today. So the third wicket retired out, the skipper 57 for 3 in the 10th over. Vikas Shetty has made his entry on the crease. Well stopped, Rasik Paikot. Very well stopped. That was a single to get off the mark, but he is always active, very much active, and throws himself on the wicket or on the field. Very effective, not trying to bowl too fast, just trying to concentrate on good line and length. Both the batters have not opened their account when both were on the crease. Both were on 0 without facing a single ball. And now Vikas Shetty has faced 3 balls that chipped in between his legs. There is not very happy with that. He keeps his himself high standards as far as fielding is concerned. Although yeah, he's not getting any younger, so that's like mistakes are bound to happen on the field. But at least the young guns, those who are batting up or fielding, must try to be far better in the field. Just can't be complacent, just can't be relaxed. This is a long tournament. It almost carries on for 1.5 months. There's sort of width was given, and he flashes hard with the pace of Rasik Faikot. It runs down for 4 runs. Easy boundary there for the picking. He can't afford to give width here, and that was given. Vasudev Kunekar, he knows he flashes hard. Good hands from Vasu, and end of 10 overs, 62 for 3. In fact, it is Vikas who got that boundary and got himself off the mark. Vasudev, in fact, getting a single. No, that will be corrected. Yeah, it will be Vasu Konekar will be on strike in the 11th over. So Dr. Sunny Kamath introduced once again, clipped on the leg side. Should be a comfortable two. The long run here for the fielder in the deep square leg region. Easy two there. That's wide. The one down the leg side. It was clipped for a couple. Second one away outside. This is a good time for the Masters. Yes, in fact, they need to just see that they bowl this line. Just be tight. Try to stop the singles. Because if you can get rid of one of these two batsmen, then you can make inroads into the lower. Most of the batters lower down have not contributed much here from that camp of Warriors. So that is the big worry sign for them. If the middle order has not strengthened and played their part, then lower order has collapsed and they have struggled to bat even 20 overs. That should be in the mind of the bowlers of the Masters. Just see to it that they break this partnership. Don't get easy singles. Put pressure on these batters early on. That's easy delivery. That's easy pickings here. Well fielded here by the man in the deep. Short, wide, easy picking to cut away. The previous two balls that he bowled flighted and making the batsman to come onto the front foot. But this was just given into the hands of the batter. It's too wide. Half-hearted appeal. Should be another comfortable two. The consistency is missing from Dr. Sunny Kamath. Two good balls and then One down the leg side, one short and wide. Not as consistent as some of the other bowlers around. Dr. Satish Kamath at least he doesn't do turn the ball much. He just comes and puts the ball in the right area, just like what Adit does. Prabhu Gaonkar, yeah, he just comes and bowls just in the good length areas and just hope that ball does a bit or works on the patience of the batter. And that's what T20 is all about. So pretty this one I can say the inconsistent over straight on both sides of the wicket. 11 gone, 70 for 3 Warriors. That's the pure age there. The very first ball of Dr. Prasad Gore's get run down for a couple of runs at the third man. You can see, in spite of that age, the ball doesn't travel because Dr. Prasad Gore is a ball slow in the air. He loops the ball, and that's why you got to force the issue as a batter. This partnership holds the key here. Flipped away on the leg, looking for maybe a couple of runs, or just a single. This side against it as the fielder were charging. That's a risky shot for just a single, as the man was there in the shot fine. But Dr. Prasad Gore gives you time to play the shots. He's not the one who bowls quick, so you can watch it carefully off your bat and work for singles. But it can be risky at times for someone who is slightly more quicker in the air. Earlier saw Vikram Gaitonde picking up a wicket in such a scenario where batter was looking for that pedal sweep or sweep, trying to play across. High chances when you play across, and if you're trapped in front, the finger will be raised. So partnership is crucial. This partnership, I think, is going to be crucial not only for the Warriors camp but also for the Masters camp. If they break this partnership, they will be certainly uh, be opening more spaces for them in the lower order. They have not spent too much of time on the wicket, and they got to see that they put pressure, especially on Vasudev Kunekar. He has not got too many runs in this series so far. No doubt about the talent. He has done immense service to the game of cricket, played for many clubs here in Margao, in GCA. Lot of leather ball cricket in his times, Vasu. And so far, he's just trying to get some runs under his belt. 12 overs bowled, 75 for 3 Warriors. So two balls have been bowled so far. Very well bowled here by Rasik Paikot. Started well into his spell. And I was mentioning about some of the batters from the Warriors camp have not spent time on the crease. Vasudev Konekar, otherwise he is very consistent cricketer, but not spend too much time, as well as not got too many runs either. It's too wide. So Rasik Paikot is a decent option opted here by the captain. He doesn't allow the pace. Just got to be careful that he doesn't provide a width there. He tries to bowl wicket to wicket and just hope that batters play across and they miss. That is what he's going to be hoping for. It's much better. Getting a single. Surprising to see a different mold here from Vikas Shetty. Just comes and bludgeons the ball straight away. He is always after the bowlers. Very active in the crease. Certainly is not trying to play those big shots early on. Is just trying to maybe take the game deep and then play those big shots. They know that against a decent batting side of Masters, they have to get somewhere around at least 150 to 60, if not more, to at least have something for the bowlers to bowl at, and the pressure created for the batters of Masters on in the runches. Runches is never easy. Sometimes you can be in the most easiest of the position, the best of the position, but you can falter in that. We have witnessed one of the most closest and enthralling games, highly competitive. That was the Masters. In fact, the Tigers and the Avengers. Avengers were cruising. They had got wickets in hand and very few runs required, but everyone came and did harakiri, absolutely losing their composure, focus, and in the end, they just could not believe that they lost the game from a winning position. That happens in the game of cricket in chasing. So, so anything can happen. Put runs on the board and hope that your bowlers do a good job. So far, this game is going slightly slow compared to what Warriors will hope for. Vikas Shetty is waiting for his opportunities and chances, which has not come his way, and not the intent of usual Vikas Shetty that we have seen. 13 overs, 80 for 3. That's on the top. That's straight in the hands. No, falling short of the fielder. He had taken the charge. He was well inside. He was heading towards the catch. He has got strong hands. This was an intent that I was talking about. Vikas Shetty. He loves to go downtown. He loves to take attack to the bowlers. Again, same fielder. This time the ball went slightly flatter to singles. Now the hard shots are coming. Looking to step out. So the fielders will be active in the last 6 overs. Looks like Vikas Shetty stays on the wicket for some time. Straight over the top. Well timed. Oh, very well stopped. Very well stopped here. Good relay fielding effort. And they are running for the second. Not the best of the throws. Too easily taken. Very well kept here by Mahendra Pai Kuchelkar. That's why you require a specialist wicket keeper. It was one of the weirdest and the wildest throws from the bowler himself, way away from the target, but very well stopped. That's well bowled, floated it outside the off stump and just kept it real slow. The batter was very much early into his shot. He's into a hurry now. He feels that I need to get a move on here, Vikas Shetty, and he favors that lakeside region. It's wide call. 85 for 3 in over number 14. That's gone. I feel it's gone out of the park. And that's been stopped. Oh, yeah, the balance was taking it out of the ground. At least, if not taking the catch, he certainly saved 5 runs. First, I thought he has struck it very well, but then it was dying down on the fielder, Dr. Sunny Kamath. Good to see Dr. Prasad Gode is finishing with his overs very quickly, keeping a very good over rate maintained by this team of Masters. Over number 14 have come to an end, 87 for 3. Very well bowled here. They are controlling the things very well. This run rate is not moving at all upwards where they should get the acceleration. The bowlers have really bowled well. Rasik throwing himself, Rasik trying to stop the ball off his foot. Well, that's the commitment levels that he keeps. Doesn't like to concede too many runs off his bowling. He's been given a role here by the team of Masters. There is certainly a change in plan. He was not a part of the team in the first 2 3 games, but they realized that they need a cushion in the bowling department. If the spinners are not bowling well, they might be using Rasik in the middle overs. Vasudev just trying to give strike to Vikas Shetty. Oh shit! This can be very very risky. I was just scared in the commentary box. This is not the best way to stop because if you want to play a lot of cricket, that was actually whacked straight past him. I just got scared over there, looking at him putting his legs over there. It was struck fiercely there, Rasik Paikot. Well, you can stop it over our shoes, but that ankle will just go away. That was so fast struck by the batter and it went very quickly. Luckily that it didn't touch his legs. Got to be very careful. You are not professionals here, and you have a lot of other jobs in hand. Understand as far as the fielding is concerned. Understand as far as fielding is concerned. You got to throw, but not this way. This is inviting an injury, uncalled injury to yourself. I hope someone talks to him about this because this might happen not one time. This might happen to him again. That's good shot. Well timed. Well fielded. Very well fielded. Getting the shoes on time. They place good fielders. Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar. He is very athletic. One of the fastest around movers in the field. Comes and closes that boundary. Well played. This was much better time from Vasu. It's more like it. It's more like a leg spinner's action there. Doesn't turn there that much. He just relies on the length and hoping that one comes in or one strays slightly away with that leg cutter action. Normally, he's an off spinner. So we are done with 15 overs. The score is just on 95. They were really bowled well. This Masters team utilizing the conditions. The fielders have also bowled well. They're going for the second run. Good throw from the deep, but easy 2 runs. Now we can see that intensity a little bit more from the batters. Looking to charge, scamper for the couple, putting pressure in the deep. That's gone over the top. There's a fielder down there, but it sails over his head. That's the first sign. I told you Vikas Shetty is going to cut close at some point of time. As it was just the full toss, the right ball to be picked over the wide long on region, and he just smoked it off the blade. That's what they require, Warriors. They require more shots off like this to get themselves towards a good total. 100 up with that magnificent blow from Vikas Shetty, who has raced on to 21 of just 13. Now you can see him playing more shots. Yeah, that's one more. That's one more. I think that is also gone over the head. That's another top shot here. Acceleration is coming here from the bat of Vikas Shetty. That's 2 stunning shots, almost in the same region, the same result. That is what Vikas Shetty is very, very good at. He is a very good player against the spin, and he backs the ball, and gets those big runs. Another innings, substantial contribution from him. 27 of 14, 109 for 3. So now the burst of medium paces, the second burst from Vikrant Prabhu, as Vikas Shetty is trying to cut loose, trying to get a big momentum, and now the captain feels the need of getting wicket here, especially of Vikas Shetty, who has looked more dangerous with his strike rate and striking abilities. Not so much of Vasudev so far. He has rotated the strike. This is a pretty good partnership. I was discussing about the same partnership that is going to strengthen and solidity in the middle order is very much required, and this was the partnership that was looked upon. Well fielded, but can't stop the single here. Bowler off his own bowling mark. Vikrant Prabhu has not bowled badly. He was taken for few boundaries, but that was going Lotlikar and he was in full flow. But he has bowled really well. That's good shot and giving himself room and cutting it away. Strong shot. Very nicely placed it in the gap. The fielders were inside at the backward point region. With the face of the bowler, it just goes easily. No chance for anyone. Another fabulous innings from Vikas Shetty. Very much impressed with his batting abilities. He is an attacking instinct, and even if he comes in the middle overs where there are fielders in the deep, but he still backs himself. Very promising as far as the MCL seasons are concerned. I'm watching him for the first time this edition, Vikas Shetty, and certainly has shown signs of promise as well as his striking abilities with better strike rate compared to others around. Should be another one. That should be another one. That is once again short, and this time it was sliced towards the third man. Too much of width, too much of room given, and the pace already provided by Vikrant. So now these last 2 overs have totally gone in favor of the Warriors. They spent enough time on the crease, both these batters, Vasudev Kunekar as well as Vikas Shetty. 121 for 3 in 16.5 overs. The Masters camp will have hoped for a total of 150 or less, which might be decent enough to chase, but with this momentum, they're certainly going to go hard in the last 3 overs or so against the bowlers of the Masters. Boundary each to both the batters in that over. 17 done. 1-2-2 for 3 as Vikas Shetty is batting on 34. Well, very well played here. There's a good fielder, Angat Penginkar, but still can't stop the couple of runs, and very well run here from Vasudev Kunekar. He has moved on to 28 of 29 balls at a strike rate close to 100, whereas Vikas Shetty is batting on 34 of 18, almost close to 180, 190 strike rate. Shot there, but gets a single. So it certainly looks to be Vikas Shetty looking to launch against Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar. He's on 34. He's on 34 of just 18 balls. Once again, very impressive innings. Playing his shots, backing himself, not afraid to hit the ball in the air in spite of a man in the deep, taking them on. Challenge accepted by him, and he's been quite consistent in this team. Well bowled here from Siddesh. Good to see Mahendra Bhai Kuchelkar standing in front to someone as decent pace as Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar. Mahendra Bhai Kuchelkar, that's why as a professional wicketkeeper, for many others, it won't have been possible. Shot there, what a shot! Straight over the side screen and flat it goes for 6 runs all the way, long distance. What a mighty finish here by Vikas Shetty against Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar. It shows the high caliber in batting performance from this young boy, Vikas Shetty. Lot of power, lot of timing, and the challenge accepted whenever the batters are fielders are in the deep. Another excellent innings here from the batter comes to an end, who has given a very good chance of for the Warriors to get to a very decent total. Sudeep Faldesai comes in and gets off the mark straight away. He needs some time on the wicket, Sudeep Faldesai, and is not having a very good outing so far in this season of MCL. He has definitely fared much better in the previous edition, where he contributed very handsomely. He is a very compact player, decent batter, gets a lot of runs over the cover drives, and also a very good strong sweeper of the ball. Vasu Konekar looking to just get some runs downtown. Now it's all about the boundaries and sixes that needs to be taken from the bat of the batters, as well as that has to be stopped from the field bowling side. 18 overs have been bowled, 133 for 4 Warriors. So 2 overs left, and it's going to be Vikrant's looks to be the last over. So not the full quota of overs for the spinners. Some of the spinners utilized for 3 overs. Dr. Prasad Gore maybe a couple of overs, and now they are certainly backing their medium pacers to bowl in the death. Last two, well bowled, well driven, just going to get a single. Looking to bowl a slower ball. That should be the idea. He's more sort of a bowler who bowls pace and doesn't rely much on variations about a change in pace. And that variation, change in pace, definitely is an asset when you're bowling in the death overs. Clipped away nicely, putting the body behind. That's more like it. I think it's Rasik Faikot. They have to stop the boundaries. That's the job left for them. That's another slower ball. That's very well played. Glide it into the backward point region. No pace provided, so it's just going to be a couple of runs to Vasudev Konekar and the team as he moves into 33, going at a strike rate of 100 exactly. 9 ball remain here in the innings of the Warriors. 137 for 4. Anything under 150, I think they will be very pleased with the bowling performance. The Masters, they've got a pretty good deep batting lineup with Anup Kurcharkar at the moment, not on the field, but he will be, I think, surely super sub. That shot, what a shot! What a finish to this innings! One of the best shots that we witnessed. Correct on the front foot. What a drive! And we will be very, very happy. This is the Vasudev Konekar that we know has played so much of cricket here on this ground as well as on many of the grounds that for many of the different clubs. Fantastic shot to finish the innings. Well, he was not so confident about his innings to begin because he hadn't had too many runs under his belt. But when he spent time, it looked much more like the old Vasu that everyone knows. And now, with that finish, certainly we can say the timing is getting better. So much more confidence looks we will see in the next game for Vasudev Konekar. A good platform here and a good finish for the Warriors. 141 they have breached. As gets him as he, yes, I think is clean bowl. He's been clean bowl and he has to hit back. What a good reply here from the fast bowler of Masters, Vikrant Prabhu. He's been taken for 31 runs and now he picks up a wicket here of the second last ball of his spell. Rizwan Kazi is out on a golden duck, but you can't blame him. This is the time when you have to just go hard against the bowler, not having any time to get your eye in. So we see many of the batters falters because no time on the wicket. And in comes Mahesh Kurcharkar. Bhaiya walks in at number 8. 141 for 6 after 18.5 overs. One more over to go after this one. Very good over at maintained here by the bowlers of Masters, in spite of having many medium paces. That's played on the leg side, and that's a comfortable signal. It was the last ball of over number 19 as Bhaiya gets himself off the mark and is 142 for 6 at the end of 19 overs. So let's see whether they can go over that 150. That's going to be the first target in mind. And looks like Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar will be bowling the last over. 4 overs for Vikrant Prabhu and 4 overs for Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar. That's the reason why they are in the side and they are considered to be a very true all-rounders who can bowl, who can bat and contributes in either ways or at least one way. Last over. That's another gone. So they are losing their wickets quickly now. in trying to up the ante. There's nothing short here. And the ball pitched and came back in. Not the best of the positions to whack the ball on the leg side. Mahesh Kucharkar is out on one. He heads back, 7 wicket gone down, and Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar has struck his first. In comes the last over. Big appeal once again, and that's gone. Back to back wickets here. You lead on a hat trick. The first one was Mahesh Kuttarkar that went across and he was clean bowled. The second one was a straight on and trapping right in front of the wickets as their second wicket here on a trot for Siddesh Prabhu Alvekar. The man will be on a hat trick. It's driven nicely and firmly. Anup Borkar has opened the innings in the past and he's been asked to uh, come here. He was facing the hat trick ball on the mark, but driven in nicely. They have changed the batting order and got Swapnil Nashnolkar up at number one, along with their number one, the captain. They did well. Nothing wrong that opening pair has done. They were decent. They got them to a good start. It's just that in the middle over, they could not accelerate a bit, which was required, and they don't have the strength. You can see from number 7, 8, 9, 10, they don't have that much of depth compared to many other teams. That is where they have faltered in those two lost games. It's in the air, and that's dropped another one. That's timed very well, and once again, it looks to be an agony there. That was hit firmly. Well, once again, I think he is in excruciating pain there. It is Angat Panginkar. The ball is following everywhere, wherever he is heading. .144. So far, good job here from the bowlers of the Masters. Straight down the ground. It will be just a single. Well fielded here from Dr. Prasad Gode, charging towards the ball. That's how you got to do it. Angan Panginkar certainly not having the best of the times. One ball left. I think he put loose hands over there instead of having firm hands towards the ball. He was just maybe afraid, looking at the ball traveling and coming quickly towards him. but very well struck. Then it is very strong on the offside in the covers to the Fal Desai. Just got a glimpse of one of the better timings i- in this innings. Otherwise, I'm not seeing so good. That's what I told. That's what I told. What a finish this is. One bounce four, inside out shot, and one of the most flamboyant and classic finishes from Sudeep Faldesai. That is why I say he has got a lot of talent, but he needs to express himself much better on the wicket than he's been doing so far in season 11. In the end, they get towards that 149. 149 is what they managed to get, and 150 exactly has been set for the Masters for the run chase. So we'll come back to see the run chase in a while.
Welcome back to MCC for the second half of the second match of this Sunday. Match between MCC Warriors versus MCC Masters. The Warriors team put on 149 for the loss of 8 wickets. Just feel that they are 15 to 20 runs short on this beautiful wicket and lush outfield of MCC. They started well with Govind Lotlikar providing good solid start, and Vasudev Kundaikar and Vikas Shetty did extremely well to score 37 and 40 respectively. But great death bowling by the Masters bowlers Siddesh Prabhu Advekar and Vikrant Prabhu, restricting them to only 149. The Warriors have made a change in form of a super sub. Anup Borkar making way to Raghuveer Kukkarkar, who will open the bowling. And the Masters have also made a super sub change in form of Anup Kursadkar coming in for Rasik Paikot. Anup Kursadkar and Vishwesh Kamath are the openers for Masters, and Raghuveer Kukkarkar taking his bowling mark to open the bowling for the Warriors. What it appears to be a relatively easy chase for Masters, but T20 is a funny game. We have seen it yesterday when Avengers chasing 154 collapsed from a winning position and snatched a defeat from the victory. So cricket, especially T20, is very, very unpredictable. Anything can happen. If Warriors take their chances, take their catches, this could turn out to be an interesting game. Raghuveer Kukkarkar has been amongst the wickets. He took 3 against Stallions and he took 1 against Royals. Can he open account for the Warriors? First ball in, nicely played cover drive. Well stopped there by Govind Lotlikar. A dot ball to start the proceedings. Anup facing Raghuveer for the second time in the over. Another shot of length delivery, watchfully played by Anup. Anup Kursadkar this season has been very, very watchful. Otherwise a flamboyant batsman who loves his shots. But this season he has been little quiet. That was an over pitch ball. Anup will feel that he has missed out on a golden opportunity to score. The field is nicely set for fuller length deliveries. Both long on and long off are on the boundary. Rest all fielders are within the circle. Raghuveer to Anup. Yorker length delivery. Nicely fielded by Mahesh Kursadkar at third man. Masters open their account with that single of the fourth delivery of first over. Raghuveer has been very, very economical this season, going at 6.25 runs per over, and he has taken 4 wickets in 3 matches so far. Another full length delivery, Half stop by Raghuveer with his shoes. Quite a risky proposition to stop the ball with your foot. Vishwesh Kamath opens his account with that single. Nice straight drive. And Raghuveer strikes. He has been very accurate this season. And Anup Kurchadkar succumbs to a Yorkerland delivery. Raghuveer Kurchadkar makes the opening. Can Warriors create a dent here? They lose. Masters lose their first wicket on just 2 runs on the board. As I said earlier, Anup Kurchadkar has somehow not been in his best of form. The next man in is the informed batsman Sunny Kamath. And Raghuveer definitely has his tail up. At the end of 1 over, Raghuveer gave away only 2 runs and took the first wicket of Anup Kurchadkar. It's going to be Rizwan Qazi to start the second over. Vishwesh Kamath to face him. Rizwan Qazi, otherwise generally he keeps the wickets, but he is also a good gentle medium pace in-swing bowler. So they want to use his in-swingers with the new ball, and probably after a few overs he may switch over the job with Vikas Shetty, who's currently keeping the wickets. Rizwan to Vishwesh. 2 fielders outside the circle are deep mid-wicket and a long off. That one swung too much. Just kisses his pads. Rizwan needs to start from 5th or 6th stump to finish on the wicket. Vishwesh Kamath generally likes to score fast. He doesn't mind going aerial. Board is always better than even chasing a small total. Warriors have the runs on the board, although they don't seem to be enough. But 149 is what they have. Another in-swinger and a fielder nicely set there. Swapnil Nashnodkar there. A single to Vishwesh. Score slowly moves on to 3. This is the second over in progress. Rizwan bowling his gentle in-swingers. Good delivery, shot of good length. Starting from about 5th to 6th stump and almost ending within the stumps. Sunny had no choice but to play it back to the bowler. A dot ball. Another good delivery there. It required a better throw there for having any chance of a run out. Another single. Sunny opens his account. Last delivery of second over. MCL 11 is very, very widely opened with some unexpected results. Nicely hit. Nicely hit by Vishwesh. The first boundary of Masters innings takes the score to 8. End of 2 overs. It's 8 for 1. Raghuveer Kukarkar, owner of Warriors, continuing his bowling spell. This is the third over of the innings. He slightly changed his field for Sunny. The two fielders outside the circle are a sweeper and a long off. A nice delivery on the stumps. Shot of good length. Sunny just plays it back to the bowler. Another dot. The Warriors have really started well. Short of length delivery, pulled by Sunny. It's gone through, and this will go to the boundary at the square leg. Raghuveer was a bit too short here, and Sunny pounced on that short ball. Second boundary of the innings. First one for Sunny. Score moves on to 12. Raghuveer needs to be very careful here. The moment he will pitch it short, both the batters are going to whack the ball. That's more like it. Outside the off stump, and Sunny had to drag it to leg side. Single to Sunny takes the score to 13. Change in field for Vishwesh. Both the long off and sweeper come in, and a wideish mid on, long on, and a deep mid wicket. That's the reason why they have kept the fielders on the boundary for Vishwesh on the leg side. Masters are getting a move on here in the last 4 to 5 deliveries. They've got 2 boundaries and couple of singles. Raghuveer to Sunny. Nicely turned away to square leg before Deepak Lotlikar fields and throws. They complete a single. Slight disadvantage of the Warriors team is that they don't have those many. What a good shot there! A mighty heave towards deep mid wicket by Vishwesh Kamath. He loves that area. A 6 to end the third over. And Masters have got to move on. It's 21 for 1 after 3. What a great hit by Vishwesh Kamath to end the third over. A mighty 6 to deep mid wicket region. And that indicates that how true the wicket has been so far in this season of MCL. You can play through the line. Rizwan to start his second and innings fourth over. Nicely turned away to deep mid wicket by Sunny. Another single. This season the wicket has been absolute beauty. It has got true bounce. People who want to bend their shoulders, bend their back, they get good carry. Spinners are getting some purchase and batsmen are just loving it. Another ball going down the leg, but Vishwesh gets a pad onto that. A lot of cheering by the Masters camp. A good delivery. Nice carry to the keeper. It's just gentle medium pace, but the carry has been good. MCL 11 after 4 to 5 matches. It's wide open. That's a full length ball. A very big appeal for LBW. No, says the umpire. But it was a very good ball. It was swinging. Sunny having a word with Vishwesh. Definitely asking him not to play across the line because the ball is swinging in. Another delivery down the leg side, wide this time. Rizwan not having a total control over his swing. He's starting on the stumps and it's ending down the leg side. He needs to change his line. He can either come from wide of the stumps or wide down the off now. That's overcorrection. The Warriors need to stop these extra runs. They don't have many runs on the board. Masters have a very, very strong batting lineup. They bat down to number 10 and even 11. Nicely cut, but straight to the fielder. Vasudev Kundaikar is not going to let it go. Excellent cricketer Vasudev Kundaikar. Very fit, very agile, and totally committed. Another good delivery, short of length, starting from outside off and taking the inner edge of the batter. That's end of over number 4. And the Masters are 25 for 1. A change in bowling. Govind Lotlikar into action. Well hit by, very nicely cut by Vishwesh Kamath, but straight to the fielder. Govind Lotlikar is a fantastic all-rounder. One of the fittest in the team. Vasudev Kundaikar, Vikas Shetty, Govind Lotlikar. These are the three players who are amongst the fittest in the Warriors team. Nicely on, driven by Sunny, too long on. Just for a single, but it was very nicely timed shot. Govind batted very well in the afternoon to get to his 35. Pulled towards long on for a single. Vishwesh Kamath is playing very well, is timing the ball well. Although many shots are going straight in the hands of fielders, but the sound of the bat is very pleasing to hear. A slight change in the field. Amar Devidas from fine leg is going towards mid-on, and they want to take the mid-wicket little squarer, I guess. And it's straight to Amar, but somehow he manages to drop that. Govind Lotlikar had set it absolutely perfectly there. But somehow Amar manages to drop that one. He didn't attempt that one. Another lofted shot to straight to Kapil. A single to Vishwesh. Govind has nicely placed his fielders. But the Warriors, as I said, have problem of getting the agile fielders, the numbers of agile fielders in the team, to take some half chances and help the team. End of over number 5, and Masters are 31 for 1. They are on track. They haven't lost too many wickets. Just the loss of 1 wicket in the form of opener Anup Purchadkar. After a lot of discussion, they decide to get back Raghuveer to continue his 3rd over. He has bowled well. So Raghuveer will bowl his 3rd over. The Warriors need a wicket, and very quickly, to put any sort of pressure on this strong Masters batting lineup. They have to take their chances, half chances, convert a few chances in the field in form of runouts. Nicely played by Sunny. A deliberate edge to 3rd man. Ball runs towards the boundary. Mahesh Kurchadkar follows the ball. Very nicely done by Sunny. Every time you don't need power, sometimes you can use the pace of the bowler and get maximum out of it. A boundary to start the last over of power play. Warriors replace Mahesh Kurchadkar with Amar Devidas at 3rd man. And the ball somehow follows Mahesh Kursadkar. This time through the point region for a boundary. Nicely cut by Sunny. Masters are making most of the fielding restrictions in the last over of this power play. 2 boundaries of 2 successive deliveries. Score moves on to 39. Another 111 required. Very nicely turned there. This is another boundary in happening. Ball slowly but surely crosses the long leg region. 3 boundaries of 3 deliveries. Sunny Kamath continues his good form. Raghuvir Kukkarkar is lost for ideas. He's missing his line, he's missing his length. He's not bowling to his field. Now he decides to come around the wicket. A nice little lofted shot towards deep mid wicket. After 3 boundaries of 3 successive deliveries, Sunny decides to take a single. Excellent batting from Sunny Kamath. Raghuvir to Vishwesh. Lofted shot. That the ball is moving towards the boundary edge, straight down the ground, and this is the 4th boundary of this over. Excellent over for the Masters. 4th boundary in this over. Score moves on to 48. That's the kind of start Masters would have dreamed for. Another lofted shot. That's a 6. Handsome shot to the deep mid wicket region. Vishwesh Kamath and Sunny Kamath are on fire. 50 up for the Masters. .54 at the end of the power play. Power play definitely in the favor of Masters. Warriors require some kind of miracle here. 2 or 3 quick wickets without conceding much runs. That's what Warriors need. After the mandatory 6 overs of power play, Masters have scored 54 runs, just losing one wicket. And as expected, there's a change in wicketkeeper. Rizwan Qazi is donning the gloves now, and Vikas Shetty is in the outfield. That's what Warriors do generally. Get a couple of overs out of Rizwan and then get Vikas Shetty to bowl. Kapil Angle to start the 7th over of the innings. Sunny Kamath is on strike. Sunny hit 3 consecutive boundaries of Raghuvir's over, the last one of power play. And Vishwesh Kamath ending the power play with a 6. Another lofted shot, just bouncing short of Govind. Another single to the total. On this beautiful wicket, you need at least 165, 170 runs to defend. Wide delivery. But there are exceptions when the teams have defended even 150, 154. The Masters themselves have defended 141. A nicely found gap. Will it go for a boundary? No. Govind does well. Stops a certain boundary. Restricts the batters for just a brace. 2 runs to Vishwesh. Vishwesh moves on to Vishwesh is on 29. Another good shot. It was not very short, but Vishwesh turned it to square leg, trusting the bounce. Vishwesh moves on to 30. Sunny is playing on 25. That was a good delivery. Pitching just outside off and leaving the batsman. Sunny wanted to just guide it to third man, unable to connect it. A lofted shot, but it will definitely fall in no man's land. Another single to Masters. Warriors need some luck. They need these catches to go in the hands. Another good delivery by Kapil. End of over number 7. It's 61 for 1. Masters are chasing it well. A new bowler in action is going to be Vasudev Kundaikar, gentle medium pace bowler who highly depends on his accuracy more than pace or swing. Generally, he just bowls just on stump, outside off stump. That's the line he will normally bowl, and expect batters to make a mistake. Vishwesh Kamath, what a good innings he has played today. Another lofted shot. Again, not carrying to the fielder. Kapil Angle does well to field it. Just another single. That takes Vishwesh to 31. Sunny is on 27. Score moves on to 63. They get another fielder on the offside from the short fine leg. Well, Warriors need to do something unorthodox. Something out of the box thinking is required to come back into this match. Otherwise, the Masters are going to just stroll through their innings. Nicely cut to deep cover. Sudeep does well to field. Another single. 3 singles of the first 3 deliveries of Vasudev Kundakar's first over. Nicely hit. That's a very nice shot. Excellent batting from Vishwesh Kamath. He moves to 35. That's end of his innings. But what a great knock. What a great start he has provided Masters with. Some delicious stroke play there by Vishwesh Kamath. Excellent timing. Excellent use of the field positions. Excellent match awareness by Vishwesh. A very, very calculated knock by Vishwesh. Vishwesh Kamath walks back to the pavilion very happy, making his team happy. A perfect start given by Vishwesh Kamath. The new man in to replace Vishwesh is going to be Sudhir Kenkre. Another stylish batsman. Vasudev will be bowling to Sudhir. A good delivery, but easy single taken. Somehow Warriors have to find ways to stop these singles. The MCC Tigers team yesterday did a fantastic job defending 153. Super shot by Sunny. Can Govind take it? Govind Lotlikar has dropped a sitter. It was an easy catch for his standards. Govind sets a very, very high standard in the fielding area. But he drops a relatively easy catch to give a life to Sunny. That's not going to help the Warriors at all. End of 8 overs. The Masters have nicely moved on to 70. They just require another 80 runs. Runs of 72 balls with 8 wickets in hand. With the kind of batting lineup the Masters have, they should chase it very easily. Having said that, cricket is a funny game. Nothing can be taken for granted in this beautiful game. But Warriors are not helping themselves. They are dropping easy catches. They are not going for catches. Vikas Shetty. Short of length delivery. Sunny wanted to pull it. He's not happy with that stroke. Can Vikas do some magic here to help Warriors come back into the game? They need to do something unconventional. Full end delivery. Sunny misses it. Rizwan misses it. No harm done. The bowler who can make some change here, make a difference, could be Vikas. He has to take a couple of wickets. Oh, that's a half tracker. Well hit by Sunny. What great fielding by Govind. That's the standard Govind sets in the field. Govind will be very unhappy with the drop catch. And he will look to make compensate for his drop catch by giving extra into the field. Pass to Sudhir. Good delivery. But an easy single. Somehow these singles have to be stopped if Warriors have to make a match out of this situation. They need to do something. Maybe get the fine leg to another cover. Maybe take one fielder from leg side into the 30 yards and make the batsman make mistake. Short delivery. It's a catch. And well taken there by Amar. What a superb catch by Amar. Amar Devidas. That's the kind of catching fielding is required by the Warriors. Vikas Shetty strikes. It was a half tracker. Waiting to be hit. Sunny hit it, but straight to the hands of Amar, who makes no mistake. Masters lose their third. Sunny has to return back on a well-made 29 runs. Masters lose their third wicket at the score of 71. As I was saying, that something special has to happen. And Amar Devidas certainly made it special for the Warriors. It was a well-judged catch. It was not an easy catch coming flat to you. And the catches to square leg, they often swirl in the air. But Amar took it very, very nicely. The new man in is the ever reliable Vikrant Prabhu. Last delivery of 9th over. Can Warriors make a comeback into this match? Amar Devidas with that fine catch at square leg has opened a small door. But they need another 2 wickets very quickly. Another good delivery there, but an easy single. Easy single to the point region. End of over number 9. It's 73 for 3, the Masters, chasing 150. Over number 10 will be bowled by Kapil Angle. Can Warrior make another strike in this over? They have to see the back of Vikrant before he kind of settles down. A wide delivery. These wides are not going to help in any way to the Warriors camp. They have been wavered in their line lengths. Another wide down the leg side this time. Masters won't mind these runs. They are halfway there. 75. That's excellently played to deep point region. They're going for the second run. Nicely run there by Vikrant and Sudhir, who are very quick in between the wickets. Vikrant has had some injury, but he's giving his everything. Another nicely driven to long off for a single. He's obviously struggling there, but Masters need him. They want to just capitalize on a great start provided by Sunny and Vishwesh. If they can get about 20-25 runs from Vikrant at run a ball, that would do the trick for them. Nicely cut. Sudhir Kenkre, very stylish player. It was very deliberately played there. Very fine to third man. Another couple to the total. Sudhir takes his score to 4. Team total has gone to 80. Oh, that was a chance. That was a definite chance. Those are the kind of chances Warriors need to take. It was tough, very tough. But these catches have to stick. Good attempt by Kapil. He has very strong hands, but somehow it didn't get stuck in his hand. Another let off. Foolish length delivery. Nicely played to covers. Sudhir wanted a second, but rightly refused by Vikrant. They don't need these risky runs. They are well on target. Another well taken single. It's very sensible batting from both these Masters players. Score moves on to 82 for 3 after 10 overs. Halfway stage through this second innings. Masters are right on track, needing just 70 out of the next 10 overs. And they have plenty of wickets in hand. Welcome back. Over number 11 will be bowled by Vikas Shetty. Masters are in a perfect position to chase this down. Short of length delivery. Nicely cut there by Vikrant Prabhu for a single. Vikrant is not going to take any chances. He's a very sensible batter, very experienced guy. And Sudhir Kenkre as well, looking very, very sound, very technically correct. And he's done very well so far for the Masters, keeping the team on track to chase this down. Warriors have taken some aggressive fielding positions here. Nicely driven there, nicely square driven. And Amar does excellently well there. Amar Devidas has put in his 100% in the field today. Yes, he dropped a half chance, rather didn't go for it. But he has compensated that with an excellent take and couple of good fielding attempts. So Warriors are trying their best. That's a half tracker. Nicely turned away by Sudhir for a single. They don't need to take extra runs there, as Vikrant is not 100% fit. They don't need risky runs. They are very comfortable at the moment. Nicely done again. Another single. Four runs of the first three balls of this over. Another short ball. And they are going for the second. Excellent running there by Vikrant Prabhu and Sudhir. Taking full advantage of a weaker throw from Warriors players. Most of the Warrior players are not the fittest in the MCL. They are obviously trying their best. They are giving their 100%. But somehow it's not working in their favor right now. Good delivery, nicely driven. What a stylish batsman Sudhir Kenkre is. Very sensible batting from both these Masters batters. End of over number 11. It's 90 for 3. Change in bowling, and Vasudev Kundekar is back to bowl the 12th over. The four fielders in the circle are two in covers, two behind square. Very good delivery, big appeal, but umpire says no. Lot of big appeals have been turned down by the umpires in this MCL. And most of the times they've got it absolutely right, spot on. Good delivery, nicely driven to long on. The Masters batters are not in hurry at all. The Warriors are not making them hurry at all. The Warriors need a wicket, maybe one or two. A dot ball has been a rarity in this run chase by the Masters. Dot ball can definitely build up the pressure. Nicely flicked away. What a stylish stroke from Sudhir Kenkre. Although it's gone straight to the fielder, but it's been very pleasant on the eye, the strokes from Sudhir Kenkre. We all know that Vikrant is a good player, a square driven, straight to the fielder. 2 dot balls in this over so far for Vasu. They need more of them to build pressure. Maybe another dot ball, but no, it just pierces the two fielders. What an exquisite cover drive there from Vikrant Prabhu. A superb drive to end the 12th over. Score moves on to 97. What a lovely drive by Vikrant. Through covers, splitting the two cover fielders into half. "53 runs required of the last 8 overs. It's almost run a ball. There is absolutely nothing to panic for the Masters. If they just play textbook cricket, they will be through very easily. But the Warriors need some out of textbook bowling or fielding effort to give them any chance in this match. Kapil Angle. Good delivery, but well played by Sudhir to take a single to point region. Warriors need to stop these singles. A fuller length delivery, a dot ball. They need a couple of very tight overs. And more importantly, they need wickets. That was a chance, but well shot and well away from the fielder at covers. Nicely cut by Sudhir, but straight to the fielder. Another single. That's 100 up for Masters. Just 50 runs more needed. Another easy single to point. Last delivery of 13th over coming up. It's 101 for 3. 49 required. "49 of 43. 7 wickets in hand. Lofted shot, but well short of long on. End of over number 13. It's 102 for 3. After a mini break, the action is back. It's going to be Govind Lotlikar bowling to Sudhir. Now they've got 5 fielders inside the circle. The square leg fielder comes in to stop a single. Nicely cut and well fielded by Raghu. Well fielded by Raghu. He definitely stopped the batsman from going for a single. Raghuvir Kukarkar has taken few amazing catches at point. So he always places himself at point. Another short delivery, but this time no stopping. Absolutely. Sudhir Kenkre hammered that ball, cut it to point region for a nice boundary, taking his personal score to 19. And that was his first boundary. Very impressive batting by Sudhir Kenkre. He's definitely one of the finds of this MCL. There are some first timers playing this MCL season 11. Sudhir Kenkre is one of them. Nicely driven. Again he splits the 2 fielders. There's nothing going right in the Warriors' defense of this 150 runs. And Masters, they got nothing wrong. They cannot put their foot wrong here. Another boundary to Sudhir. Score moves on to 110. Sudhir takes himself to 23. Vikrant is playing on 14. Masters are having a master class of a chase. That's how you do it. Very good stroke again. The Warriors are doing everything they can, but luck is just evading them. Score is Nelson. Nicely hit extra cover drive over the extra cover region for a boundary to Vikrant Prabhu. Sudhir and Vikrant are just having a fun time here. They are playing absolute classic cricket. They are driving, they are lofting, they are cutting superbly here. That is so sensible batting. A boundary and a single by both of these players in this over. Score is 116 at the end of 14 overs. Just 34 runs required of the last 7 overs. Last 6 overs. 36 balls, 34 runs, 7 wickets in hand. What can Warriors do? It's an absolute delight watching the batters of Masters team, starting with Vishwesh Kamath, Sunny Kamath, Vikrant Prabhu and Sudhir Kenkre. They have been absolutely flawless, classic, very elegant and very pleasant on eyes. Warriors need some brilliance from their bowlers and fielders here. but I can't see it happening. Vikas Shetty to Vikrant. A short delivery, cut nicely. Deepak does well but can't stop a single. Warriors need wickets. Vikas to Sudhir. Foolish length, nicely driven. Very nice on drive by Sudhir. And they go for the second. Govind Lotlikarov was a bit complacent. Warriors are doing just the opposite what they need. Lofted shot to long off. Kapil fields it well. Only a single this time. Yes, Sudhir wanted to go little straighter. Easy, easy, the masters say. And they are doing it very easily so far. A good delivery by Vikas. A dot ball. Warriors need more than a dot ball now. Just 30 runs required. 32 deliveries still there. Faster one. Again, it splits the two covers. A great cover drive by Vikrant Prabhu. Both the batters have split the two cover fielders. Absolutely perfectly. With surgical precision, they say. That's the kind of precision both these batters have shown. How to thread a needle. How precisely to have a cut. This is definitely one of the most classiest batting in the whole of MCL this season. Yes, there have been big sixes. There have been glorious hits, long hits. But what a class requires. All the batters of Masters have shown it today. Raghuvir Kukkarkar brings himself in to bowl the 16th over. They are defending only 150 runs. Score is already 128. Another 5 overs to go. Nicely turned away by Sudhir. Can they go for the second? They will definitely go for the second. Excellent soft touch there by Sudhir. Nice running by both these batters. Although Vikrant looks to be struggling with his running. Both these batters have done super job for the team. They are taking Masters towards the victory. Nicely driven through covers this time, only for a single. But that suits them well. Just another 19 runs required. Lofted shot. Not carrying to the fielder. Ball somehow tries to evade the Warriors fielders today. The catch is not going in the hand. Those which have gone have been dropped. Raghuveer to Sudhir. Lofted flick. Can Amal take it? No, falls just short. Well fielded by Amar. Nevertheless, he's done well. Amar has done well in the field today. Although Raghuveer doesn't look very happy, but that was not a catch. Another single for Vikrant to the sweeper cover. Score moves on to 134. Just 16 runs more. They have plenty of wickets in the hand. Lofted shot. Straight in the hands of Govind, who doesn't make a mistake this time. But this is, I think, little too late. Little too less. Good innings by Sudhir Kenkre comes to an end. He's played absolutely marvelous inning for Masters, getting out on 31 of 26 deliveries. Masters lose their fourth, but it's a little bit too much, too late for the Warriors to defend. Very nicely done by Sudhir. Deserves a big round of applause. I'm sure he'll get a very, very warm welcome by his teammates. Next man in is the hard hitter, Angad Panginkar, who actually is not in the best of form today. He dropped a couple of sitters today. Was not feeling too well. Just feel that they could have sent somebody else in his place. But I think Angad wants to show that he is back. He can hit big. He can finish the game in 2 or 3 hits. "16 overs gone. It's 134. 16 runs required of 24 deliveries. Kapil to Vikrant. Lofted shot. Couldn't time it well. Just a single to Govind. What do we expect from Angad? Is he going to go big from ball number 1? Maybe yes. That's how he plays. A nice shot from middle of the bat. Half pull, half drive. Single to Angad to open his account. Vikrant wanted to go for a glory stroke. Couldn't time it. He's far better when he's actually playing with his head down. Lofted straight drive, but Vikas Shetty misses it. Took a wrong bounce there. Either he should have gone for a catch or he should have waited for the ball to bounce and field it. Nothing going right for the Warriors. Vikrant Prabhu finishes his innings on a very high, ends with a boundary. He has to come back after scoring a very fluent 35, very elegant. Vikrant Prabhu did what he does the best. Next man in is another hard hitter, Siddesh Prabhu Advekar. Just 10 runs required. Siddesh and Angad can finish it within 2 or 3 deliveries. Now they can go for a single, but no. Ten deliveries of 10 runs of 19 deliveries. Single to end the 17th over. Siddesh opens his account. Masters closer to victory by another 1 run. Distance is only 9 runs now. Govind Lotlikar will be bowling the next over. Probably this will be the last over of the innings. 9 runs required with Sidhu and Angad on strike. When these both batters are on crease, that shouldn't take too much of time. They won't consume too many deliveries to finish this off. A well deserved, well planned and well executed chase by the Masters. A cover drive to take a single. A wide delivery. Somehow bowlers don't want to bowl to Angad within his reach, so they want to keep it away. But this was too wide. Govind to Angad. Full toss. Govind goes big. Govind goes high. Angad goes big. Angad wants to finish it as soon as possible. Govind went full, Angad went high, and Angad went long. Can Angad finish this on this ball? He's trying to. It's a catch. Well taken by Swapnil Nasnodkar in quest of hitting a winning runs by a 6. Angad loses his wicket. Just a run was required, but Angad wanted to finish it in style. Not this time, not today. Just a single required by the Masters to win this contest. If Masters win this, They will be on 6 points. And they will have a good run rate. They might end up in the top 3. Govind to Prasad Ghode. Captain to captain. Captain of Masters does it in style. A gentle push towards the fine leg. Completes the single required for the victory. The Masters have been very classy, very elegant, and a superb chase by them to defeat the Warriors very comfortably in 18th over by 4 wickets. The bowlers did their job and the batters were very, very elegant. I can't stop saying this because this has been some masterclass by these batters. Very stylish, very copybook. Sunny, Vishwesh, Vikrant, Sudhir. Excellent batting by Masters.
So I welcome everyone here for the presentation ceremony of just now concluded match between the Warriors and the Masters. In the end, Masters having a masterclass of the bowlers of the Warriors and having a very, very good win. And that was very crucial. They move up the table, third win for them. Now may I invite Shri Vinay, and which will be escorted here by Vishwesh Karo. Vinay Samari being the guest of today's presentation ceremony. I request Vishwesh Karo to kindly escort Vinay Baba here in the presentation arena. A warm welcome to Vinay Samari here in the presentation arena, and I request the captain of the Warriors, Govind Lotlikar, to kindly come up here for the word. Well, hard luck, Govinda. Maybe I thought the wicket was pretty good enough. 150, maybe little less. We needed around 15 to 20 more runs.
Yes, we were short of around 20 to 25 runs. Yeah, like towards the after the power play and as well as just before the end of the innings, we lost wickets and we could not capitalize. So I feel that was a bit feedback. Then also some sort of loose field. Like they really bowled well, disciplined line and fielded very well. They saved at least 20 to 25 runs, like which was they were ahead of us.
So, and some of the teams are definitely doing hard to defend at 140, 145, but you also require the bowlers to be quite disciplined as well as the fielders backing the bowlers, which is not happening in the second innings, and that's the main cause of concern for you as a captain.
Yes, absolutely right. That was the main concern. We could not like bowlers also like they could not maintain the line and length like we give in between loose balls which were converted and which ease the pressure of their batsmen.
Now need to win 3 out of 3. Better luck in the next game, so Govind. May I invite Dr. Prasad Ghori, the winning captain of the Masters. Wonderful victory, Doctor, because you needed this victory. This would have been otherwise a third loss. You needed this just to make sure that you are there in contention for the qualifiers. 150, I think your bowlers did very good job by being very disciplined. Fielders also backed. 150 was not good enough for a wonderful batting lineup like the Masters.
Yeah, but I thought that we were a little lapse on the field. A few catches which we dropped, especially players like Vikas Shetty and Govind Lotlikar. We could have restricted them to a lower score and chased a little easier target. Despite that, the batting was clinical, a clinical chase. We have seen in the last two matches of MCL how teams have been crumbling under pressure, and we were mature enough to finish it off in style. So that's a good thing for us.
Yes, compact batting by the middle order, and that sets the tone. When you get 20s and 30s consistently by number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, and it becomes much easier for the run chase. I think very handy contributions from the batters today.
Yeah, totally clinical performance, starting from Vishwesh, Sunny, Vikrant and Sudhir anchoring in the middle, and good finish in the end from Anga, the lone six which we hit. So it was a good clinical chase which we had, and we are very happy with the batting performance.
Congratulations, and wish you good in the next matches. Now it's time to announce the player of the match, and certainly one contributions with the ball, with the bat. There were 2, 3 players in contention for the player of the match, but in the end, the impact that was created, and overall, if you see in the bowling as well as batting, it was Vikrant Prabhu with a handy contribution of 35 runs and picking up a wicket as well. And he is picking up this player of the match award. So he would like to share it with Rasik Paikot here. So I request Rasik to kindly come up. Rasik for his good bowling performance. Very much kept it disciplined, very tidy in his middle overs. So he is also sharing with you. So that's how Vikrant Prabhu, nice gesture from Masters here, sharing with the senior mate Rasik Paikot. Vikrant Prabhu getting this player of this match award. Yes, Vikrant. Well, you were, if you see overall MCL, you were trying to get runs, but it was not happening. It was not connecting, it was not striking. But today I saw much more composed and calm Vikrant Prabhu in the middle.
Actually, earlier all the matches we were setting the target, and this match we were chasing it. So that's the reason I would say that I was trying something new while batting, and this time it was not the case. We had a respectable total in the outing, and we thought that we will chase it up within a stimulated over.
Yes, and always when you are coming into the second leg of MCL, even though the first leg has not gone right for you as personally, but now the momentum, getting the runs as well as bowling has been quite better. So once you are getting the momentum here, it will be very impactful for you, and as well as contributions from your side, very handy for your Masters team.
See, honestly speaking, today I was injured and my hamstring is not working in my favor. So I couldn't bowl better. Imagine if I am not bowling and the team is performing so well and restricting a team like Warriors to 150. It's really great. So that's the reason I would say Rasik, who had bowled 3 overs and gave away only 16 runs during the period when the scoring has been pumped up. But he bowled excellently well, and I feel this is the way which should go forward in all the matches.
Yes, congratulations, Vikrant Prabhu, for getting back into the act. That was Vikrant getting the Player of the Match award. And that's it from the presentation arena. Masters have won this quite comfortably and against the Warriors. And it's good night, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair, Dev tumka saglyak bari raat dev from Harish Kakurkar. Until we meet